Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet. Lakers brought to you by Arrowhead at Mountain Spring Water. Chris McGee, Big Game James Worthy, Robert Horry, Mike Bresnahan, Mike Trudell is out in Orlando. The Lakers dropped their third in a row. Tough way to start this road trip. Orlando, a great defensive team, unleashes offense tonight, making 15 threes. Paolo and Franz Wagner combined for 62 points. Their bench scored 30 points. The Lakers gave up a 7-0 run to end that first half. They were up 9. And then that third quarter was all Orlando. Big game, 34-18. And the Lakers just not able to make that up in the fourth. Tough night.
It just goes to show you how critical those last 3 or 4 minutes, 2 minutes of the second quarter is. When you have a 9-point lead and there's 3 minutes to go, you can't put it on cruise control. You got to try to get that to 12 or 14 even. That's when you got to step on them. But the Lakers refused to do that. And what happened is those 3 minutes gave Orlando a little bit momentum. You know, when you're going into the locker room, if you cut the lead down to whatever it was at half, what was it, 3 or 2?
Two.
When you do that, the coach is telling you, you know, they disrespect you, whatever. And then you come out and stink bomb the third. 18 points, Rob, you were telling me? Mm-hmm. That's unacceptable when you're on the road, the first road trip. And it just seemed like it wasn't enough intensity on the defensive end. Wagner, Paolo, they're good. I mean, they're big, they're strong, and they presented some problems in matchups. But I just didn't think the Lakers reacted with a sense of urgency, you know, having lost, 3 in a row and then being the first game on the road where you had a chance to put a cushion on that 9-point lead. You gave them the momentum and they came and took the game from them.
I just thought it was just too much Paolo and Franz. 32 and 30. You know, you think about that
Black at 17.
Yeah, off the bench he had 17. I never even heard of Mr. Black before tonight. And so you look at when you have the two superstars able to score 30, because you think about when our two superstars score 30 or more points, we usually get a win. And that lets you know right now they was in attack mode. You think about Paolo, he shot 12 free throws a night. He was in attack mode. You know, the only guy that really shoots a lot of free throws for us is Luka. And LeBron, he got 7 tonight, but you show who's in attack mode. And I think sometimes we get so caught up on shooting threes. You know, you playing a team like Orlando, who's really not, it gets, by law, by paper, it says a good defense. But name one player on that team outside of KCP that would scare you defensively. Nobody. Sometimes you have to take advantage of that. I think tonight we just settled for too many outside shots.
Yeah, a little worried about the Laker defense right now. Giving up 146 to Chicago 2 nights ago. Not exactly a high-powered offense. And giving up 118 to Orlando tonight. This team was dead last in points per game, or just under 105. So the Laker defense really struggling. Jackson Hayes, 5 fouls. See if he's okay. It's not a lot of rim protection tonight, James.
Vanderbilt got foul trouble too, did he not?
Vanderbilt had 3 fouls in about 15 seconds in the first quarter. So he was definitely decaffeinated as far as what he could do defensively. And big picture, Lakers now only 2.5 games above Minnesota for 7th. What have we been saying for months? Whatever you do not end up in that play-in tournament. Lakers, back-to-back tough losses to teams below 500 in the East. Definitely got to put together some wins with 3 games left in this road trip.
Yeah, let's talk a little Paolo. Paolo had 30. Franz Wagner had 32. These two guys were awesome. Rob, 9 of 17 for Paolo, but also the 7 rebounds, getting to the free throw line. He is big. He's physical. Franz Wagner, also great player. And those two just at the top of their game tonight.
Well, when you talk about athletic guys, young athletic guys, these two guys are at the top of that list. You talk about Franz, what he did to us the last time in our building in the game winner. This guy has, when you think of sometimes player, you think about, his brother. But no, this dude is 10 times better than his brother. He can put on the floor, he can get to the hole, he can shoot threes, he can put you on skates and score on top of you. And he has an attitude like nobody can stop. So I like this guy because when you talk about cocky and you put it on the court and you show it and you back it up, this guy's one of those guys. And this young team, I think if they didn't have all those injuries, think about last year what they was able to do in the playoffs. This is a good team, and sometimes you forget. And you look at a record sometimes, the record doesn't dictate what kind of team this is. This is a really good team, and I think they showed it tonight.
Orlando was charged up, by the way, so Dwight Howard, who won a ring with the Lakers, obviously, was getting inducted into the Orlando Hall of Fame, and this was after the game. Dwight was feeling it.
Dwight Howard, two-time Laker, three-time Laker, right? Forget how many times he was here. Very good player for the Magic. And, yeah, I guess they can celebrate. You know, they scored 118 tonight when points have been hard to come by. And, Rob, to your point, this team is really not the 8th best team in the East. That's where they are in the standings coming into tonight's game. Banchero got hurt in the 5th game of the season. He missed 2.5 months. I just can't stop watching Dwight. I mean, that's
fire.
Whatever.
I can't.
I mean, Banchero got hurt, or else his team would be much higher in the standings, probably fighting for that 4 seed, maybe even 3.
Let's focus on the Lakers, guys. Losers of 3 in a row. They've lost 7 of 10. You got Indiana and the Bulls on a back-to-back coming up.
Yeah.
Those are tough games. And then obviously at Memphis, and you come home, you face the Rockets. So a crucial stretch here. Big game. Brez had mentioned the defense trying to figure out roles again once guys get healthy and have come back. That's always takes a little bit to navigate through. But, you know, they've been a little streaky. No question about it. And this is a crucial time. So you can start to look at the standings and see a little bit of slip, obviously.
Yeah, a little bit too streaky for my comfort, because a team that, you know, built their reputation of late, particularly after the trade of AD and Max, on small ball defense. You know, Hayes, Rui, guys getting the job done, collectively steals, quickness. And that seemed to have kind of taken a little nap, you know, in these last few games that they've lost. They got to figure out how to way to let that be their number one priority. I mean, offensively, they're not going to have a problem scoring. But when you can only score 18 points and the other team is just doing whatever they want, that's something to be concerned about, especially when you're on the road. The only thing you have on the road is your defense intensity. And if you don't have that and you can't make stops, you got a problem.
Yeah, I look at the defense and you think about, you look down the line, you're like, okay, how many block shots did the Lakers have tonight? 1. How many steals did the Lakers have tonight? 7. You know, that's a sign of how hard you are playing defense. If you think about what Dodo and Vando can do, get in the pass lane, what LeBron can do in the pass lane, that it seemed like that intensity wasn't there. I don't know if because, you know, Vando is that guy who comes out the bench and livens him up defense. He got in foul trouble. He kind of didn't have that same intensity. But to me, the defense tonight was kind of like, okay, we're going to do this. In that zone, I don't know if they need to just scrap that, because they shot them out of that zone. They stayed in it. And for me, if something's not working, especially like a zone, you got to move back to what you're used to, and that's man-to-man defense. And that was one of the things that I look at. I'm like, are they still in the zone? Are they getting waxed like this and they still in the zone? So it didn't make sense to me.
The Laker bench, 14 points. Outscored by Anthony Black, 17-14. So the bench, you know, Dalton Connect didn't play a lot, didn't score a lot. He's been pretty good lately.
He only got 5 minutes. So
you got all these guys coming back, so you got to hope the bench kind of picks up where they should be, because, you know, 14 points, it's not a good total for any game at any time.